In Westminster, debate continues about what exactly the Brexit means Brexit mantra will entail. Here too, the outcome of the EU referendum is also unfolding. Local Muslims say they're being victimised.
The biggest one that we've received recently after the Brexit or around by the Brexit time was someone plastering a graffiti message onto our mosque door, which was "Go home" in not so polite a word. So that was a bit uncomfortable for some of the members.
Home Office figures show the number of racially or religiously aggravated offences recorded by the police in July 2016 was 41% higher than in July 2015. In August, recorded offences dropped, but remained at a higher level than prior to the EU referendum. And this Muslim leader says he knows who to blame.
I think ever since the referendum had started, and I put as a personal opinion, the blame purely and surely on the UKIP political party, because they're the ones who are exciting people towards this hatred, because they are talking of languages like we are being flooded, etc., etc. Very much what Enoch Powell did back in the 60s when I first came to this country, and that raised a lot of tensions in society. And it's only when that was stopped that the tensions in Britain subsided. And now these tensions have raised again because the same sentiments are being raised and falsehoods are being spread around. So Brexit has not been a positive thing in terms of interrelations within Britain.
But Portsmouth Council's UKIP group leader denies it's his party's fault.
People are quick to point fingers at people who talk the truth. To hide behind political correctness is why we find ourselves in this position now. Not being able to say, stop right there, enough is enough, being able to face up to the truth, being able to be open and honest and say, look, this is what we the people feel. Forget about your political correctness. This is the truth of the matter. We ask you politicians to study this, listen to us and act upon it. This is all we're asking. To call us fascists or Nazis or that stigma attached to being UKIP is very clever work from the established parties. If you want to vilify somebody, just add the racism tag to them. This is how it works, and it's very effective from their point of view. It's not the truth, however.
Moreover, Councillor Galloway says underlying racism has always been around, and highlighting hate crime is propaganda.
How do you establish this suddenness? Not just UKIP. Do you honestly think we were that important? We had such great influence that we could create this? I don't think so.
Do you, as a party, accept any of the blame for the increase in racial tensions and hate crime that has been witnessed since?
No, how can we? Is it something which is just sort of manifested itself? Of course not. There's an underlying tone being there all the time. And the fact that the press wants to highlight these actions, these incidents, is works again for the established parties. Of course it does. It's nothing new. It's a propaganda protocol. It's something which we anticipate, something which we shrug our shoulders at because it's certainly far from the truth.
So you're saying that Home Office figures that suggested a 41% spike in hate crime is propaganda?
I would say it's partial propaganda, yes. I'm not saying it hasn't happened.
Hampshire Police say they're committed to investigating all crimes motivated by hate, supporting victims and bringing offenders to justice. Charlotte Briere-Edney, that's Solent.